going on, guys? King Strats here, back in the video on the channel. And today, Applebee's. I was in a weird mood. I was talking about this on stream the other day, but I used to get Applebee's all the time in college, and my go-to meal was this one. Just not at the same time because I couldn't afford it. But I used to get these two things all the time, so I went back to Applebee's to try them out and see if they're still any good. First things on this side is the classic combo. The classic combo comes with an order of boneless buff, some mutzi sticks, a chicken quesadilla, and then some spin dips. So you get all of that in one meal. It used to cost like $12. It's like $19 now, which is kind of like inflation. Is that a little much? Probably, but I expect it these days. And then this was my for real. What the hell happened to this though? These are riblets. I used to get this riblet meal, and I swear to you, used to come like 4 racks of these. There's 2 in here. 2, the number after 1. That is highway robbery. It costs $14. And if you see these fries back here, these fries don't come with the meal. Only the onion rings and the riblets come with this meal. It costs $12, so I didn't get the platter. Platter comes with 2 sides, and this one comes with 1. So I also had to pay $2.50 extra for onion rings. So it came out to like $15.50. Now again, I'm going to put my hand, people, you complain too much. I'm just trying to tell y'all what to be in for, this way you don't have to walk in there. This is $15 worth of food. This right here, the stuff on the top, the big bag of fries from Walmart cost 97 cents. And they're probably better than Applebee's fries. I also got some Walmart dipping sauce. And then I was in Walmart and I found these. So we got some Reese's Peanut Butter Cup cookies. I had to try these. They were in like the bakery section, but I love Reese's. So you already know the vibes. Drop a thumbs up, man. You guys already know what's up. Let's get into this video. So let's get into the trio. I want to get the trio. One of my favorite things I used to get, I used to always go to Applebee's when I was in college for half apps. Like that was my thing. So what they used, I don't know if they do this anymore, but it was like from a certain time till midnight or closed depending on where you were, where they gave you appetizers for half the price. So I would just get like an order of boneless buff and chill, or an order of spin dip and chill, and so on. And that's how I really liked Applebee's. So I'm gonna start with the spin dip, which I mean, it still looks the same, pretty much. For what it is, I don't mind it. It's funny because obviously now I'm older and I've had a lot more different kinds of food, but in college you would eat damn near everything. This stuff used to taste like the heavens. I don't know why, but it's a lot saltier than I remember it. It's possible it could actually be saltier than what it was. But it's a lot more saltier. I still don't dislike it. I think I get tired of eating it quicker than I used to, though. And of course, the boneless buff, which came with their house-made ranch. House-made ranch is funny. I got the buffalo. They used to only have buffalo, but now they have so many different sauce types. But I'm sticking with the OG. Into the ranch we go. These are the most unspectacularly good things I've ever eaten. It's just one of those things. It just tastes like old times. They're not great. It tastes like any boneless nugget buffalo you would get. Their buffalo sauce is embarrassingly average, but I still love them. It just reminds me of a time where I just, that's all I could eat, really. And then the quesadilla. What the hell? Wait, it doesn't come with no salsa or nothing? Damn, y'all couldn't even give me no salsa. Alright, so we got a chicken quesadilla. There's the chicken quesadilla. In here is like a fiesta lime chicken. Not fiesta lime, but cilantro lime chicken, cheese, and there's pico on the inside. I figured it would come with like salsa or something, but it doesn't. Or maybe they just forgot it, which is very possible. Again, it's just, I don't know why I like it, but I do. And then the mutzi stick into the marinara. I was going to eat this in the car, if I'm being real, but it got dark, like, while I was waiting for my food. I was up against time. My rule now, FYI, if I can go someplace where eating in the car is okay, I will, but it doesn't work in the dark. So, that's another thing for me. If it's dark, I'm just going to take it to the crib. But either way, these are, of the ones I've had, probably the most unspectacular version of them. But they still work, and I'm not sure why. I don't know what it is about Applebee's. I don't think anything in here has ever been, like, above average, like, really good to me. But I've always just liked it. At one point, it was one of my only options, so maybe that's why. But let me go ahead and give you the ratings. For people who don't know, I rate things on a chain scale, so I'm not rating this against everything I've ever had, only against other chain restaurants that are similarly priced and ingredient-wise. And on that scale, we will go a 7 for the spin dip, 7.5 for the boneless buff, a 4 for the quesadillas, and then a 6.5 for the mochi sticks. Anything that is above a 5, to me, I'll still eat it. Sometimes I try to explain myself. This is sugar-free. This is raspberry lemonade this time. Raspberry. It's Crystal Light, the brand. Also, I used to get these all the time, the riblets, and they used to hit. But I feel like they used to come with a lot more. Not this time. So here's the riblet. If you don't know what they are, it's basically like a rib piece, but there's like little bones in here, and then you kind of just bite it off. I'm holding the bone part. I still rock with these. I still rock with them. They always have a nice char on these. You can see it because they didn't put barbecue sauce in the back part. But they always have a nice char. And they're always sauced well enough. Again, not my favorite. But it's just like solid. Here's what the bone looks like for people who are wondering. Here. You just pull that off. I'm going from there. A little wipe. The riblets still are my favorite. What makes me annoyed though, they no longer do 2 for $20. It's now 2 for $25. I don't know when that happened, but somewhere they switched. The riblets aren't on that. Like, they don't put the good stuff on that. I saw what y'all doing, Applebee's. That's so. Instead of getting 2 for $25, in reality, I got like 2 for $38. That's nice. That's nice. Onion ring. I always like their onion rings because they're nice and crispy. They are very, very unseasoned. But again, my expectations aren't really sky high. I don't expect them to do nothing too crazy with these. And the ranch. This is the Walmart chicken dipping sauce. You never had this? It's like 70 cents from one of these containers, right? And this tastes like Chick-fil-A sauce. Walmart fries. I got a giant bag for 97 cents. Their fries might be better than any fast food fry. Like, closest thing to KFC's old school potato wedges that you can get. And I love those potato wedges. This is Buffalo Ranch. I also really like this too. You can get it in the same. You have to go by the deli, and they usually have these like off to the side. Oh yeah. And then I got some cheese curds that people were asking to try. I already tried these in a review. I gave them a 5 in that. The fries I gave them 9.5. The riblets. All the riblets. My favorite thing there. 8.5 out of 10. And the onion rings are solid for one of these like chain onion rings, because at least they're crispy. A lot of these come out like super soggy. So the onion rings, I'll give props to. And I'll give those an 8. Also, if I wanted to pick my favorite entree from Applebee's that I've had recently, it would be the quesadilla burger. I love that thing. That's my favorite thing from Applebee's. I just wanted to try the riblets. I would pick the quesadilla burger over this any day of the week. But I wanted to try the riblets. I'll never get those riblets again if I'm being real, even though I like them, because paying $13 for that is like highway robbery. And even though it's like a principle, I also want to feel like when I eat that I got what I paid for, unless it's like for content. You get what I'm saying? So I don't mind doing stuff like this for content, because like I make videos with it, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to finish it anyway. But if I was just going to Applebee's and eating, I would get a quesadilla burger. I'm trying to clarify, because I know sometimes people don't really get the difference with that. I got to try these cookies though. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. These were in Walmart. I think they were like $3 and change, which is really good for these kind of cookies. You get 6, but they're pretty big as far as cookies go. And Walmart's bakery is kind of slept on. You can get some pretty good stuff from there. Once I saw the Reese's, there was no way that I wasn't getting these. So, look at the girth on that cookie. I said girth. Thickness. Stop it. Like, we're adults. I got the same sense of humor, so I had to say it too. But you can see the Reese's Pieces going all through there. And the cookie looks like it's not... Like, I like a soft cookie. The flavor on these, there's so many Reese's in here that it's really good. Might have to heat these up though. Let me see something real quick. All right, this kind of fell apart, but I threw it in the microwave for about 17 seconds, I think I did. Till it looked good. But you can see the chocolate, it now is melted a little bit better. Warmed up, these hit. The thing about these cookies is there are a ton of chunks of Reese's in here, so you get it in every single bite. It's not like the little faint hint. They used actual large Reese's Pieces in here, and it makes all the difference in the world. There's also little chunks of peanut. Like, if you were to get a peanut butter cookie, the cookie tastes like a peanut butter cookie with Reese's in it. Warmed up, I'll eat this whole damn thing. If you get these, please warm them up first. Don't take a bite of them at room temp and then go, these are mid, please. I know somebody's going to do it. Warm them up. Warmed up, that was like a redeeming quality. I'll give those an 8.9 out of 10. They're not like elite, but paying $3 for these and warming them up with a glass of milk, you could do a lot worse. So if you didn't watch the video yesterday, I was just kind of talking about, I wish people got along better. And I'm not one of those people that tries to preach and all kinds of stuff like that, but sometimes just the littlest things in the world can make a huge difference to somebody else. A minor inconvenience for you. And I'm going to give you an example. And this happened 20 minutes ago? Well, 20 minutes before I got home. Not even. I was at the complex in Garfield, New Jersey. I drove over to go to Walmart, and that's when I decided to get Applebee's. When I was on my way to pick up my Applebee's, when I just left Walmart, I placed the order in the Walmart line that I was going to check my groceries out. And when I walked back to my car, put my stuff in the car, I'm the type of person that I always put my cart back. I know some people just leave them, but I don't care how far the walk is, I will put my cart back. I'm just, every single time, I do not leave the cart where it is. I always bring it back. It could be across the parking lot. And on the way there, if I see a spare one, I'll get them. One, I don't mind taking extra steps. Don't really care. And two, I just feel like it's the right thing to do. Now, I know no one's watching, but to me, I was always taught, and I still believe, that character is what you do when no one's watching, or you think no one's watching. It's easy to be good when you know you have an incentive for it. It's easy to do the right thing when you know that you have an incentive to do so. Like someone's paying you to be nice, right? But when no one's watching, that's when you really know if the person's not like a douche or not. But anyway, the Walmart in Garfield is an absolute zoo. As far as, there are so many shopping carts all over the place. No one puts their carts back. So I had to walk about 2 or 3 aisles over because I always park far from the entrance to get my cart back to the thing. And I saw a guy who he was collecting the carts, because there's usually people that do that in the parking lot. And on the way back, I managed to pick up 4 carts. And if I see someone who's doing it, I hand them the carts. I don't have to. I mean, I've always done that. Always. When I tell you, when I handed this guy his cart, he had the most exasperated look on his face. He looked exhausted, and he looked at me, and he was like, thank you so much. You know? And I'm not saying you have to do that. I don't expect brownie points for that. I'm not trying to... Some people may look and say I'm virtue signaling. I'm not. I'm just... I could tell by the look on his face. I wasn't expecting that. Like, it really just... That little gesture for him was like, bro, thank you. Because he's almost like, you understand, like, this sucks. It almost sucks that they have to hire somebody to bring all the carts back because people are too lazy to bring them back. But, look, I get in this world, a lot of people have this attitude like, well, the next person's not going to do it, so why should I? But that sort of thinking is why we're in the situations that we are, in my opinion, because nobody cares about anybody but themselves. When it comes to walking, people walk 1 mile an hour. You know, people in the store, when I was in Walmart, there was a woman that was on the phone. She was basically screaming on FaceTime and holding up people, and she didn't care. And no one said anything because nobody wants a confrontation, but she gently, it wasn't even, no care in the world. And I know, again, there's a lot of people that look at it in a different perspective, but the golden rule has been around for a very long time. And sometimes people forget that you wouldn't like it if somebody did that to you. And everybody's attitude is so defeatist, in my opinion, that they're like, well, that's how they do it. People are anyway. The world sucks anyway. Like, something's got to break the cycle. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean that just because you do something nice that you expect or are going to get something in reward. It's not the reason that you do it. You do it just like... I've said this before. One of the main reasons why I try to be so consistent with uploads is there's so many comments over the last like year or two from people who have said things like, I look forward to watching your videos. I eat dinner while watching your videos every single day. They know what time That means something to me. And I'm not trying to sound corny when I say it, but it genuinely does, because I know what that was like. When I was in high school, I used to come home like every day after practice, and my tradition was to watch either Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives or the Travel Channel or whatever. And I used to eat dinner every single day. And there were certain days like Tuesdays and Thursdays when it wasn't on, and I was like, I wish it was Wednesday. I get that feeling. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, it's just a small thing for me. I'm going to eat anyway. And yeah, there are days where I always say I want to make sure I get some That's a big reason why. Not everything in life should be motivated by financial. Now, obviously, because this is a part of my job, it is. There's a financial incentive to that, but money isn't everything. It's something. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. It's something. It's not everything. Like, understand. I'm trying to make it sound like I just don't care about money. Of course I care about money. But I'll take it on. It's not my only driving force. You know what I'm saying? But look, I'm not trying to tell people how to live, and I'm not perfect. I'm not always nice. There's days, but those little gestures, I'm very consistent with those. There's days where I might say things or get annoyed but I always try to tell myself, don't be the reason that the world sucks. I know there's a lot of things in the world that suck, but I don't want to be a part of that reason. It's just that simple for me. At the end of the day, man, just try to be good people. I know some people live and they'd rather be the villain. I'm not trying to be the hero either. I'm just not trying to be the villain. At the end of the day. But I appreciate y'all, man. Applebee's, the fall off is crazy. But I had to do it for the one time, man. Just for the one time. But we'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.